Good day, I am Brigadier General Jack McMullen. I am the COM JFAC, or the Commander of the Joint Forces Air Component. What that really means is I am the Commander of Air Force Forces as a part of Steadfast Jazz. I'm coming to you from my joint headquarters, which is located at Ramstein Air Base in Germany. You can see my combat ops floor is alive and busy, getting ready to execute the air war. You may ask about the JFAC and why is my headquarters located at Ramstein instead of with the joint headquarters. And in NATO we've done it both ways, but we found that we can be more effective, more efficient. We can stand up the process quicker if we do it from a static location at Ramstein than if we deploy. We can really start executing air power missions in a matter of days as opposed to it would be a matter of weeks if we actually deployed the headquarters forward. I do have a small ACE element, which is the Air Component Coordination Element, which is located at Riga with the joint headquarters. That's led by a one-star that is working directly for me, and he is really my eyes and ears of the joint headquarters to make sure that the COM JFAC plan stays linked up with the COM JTF commander's plan. And so the next question that you may be asking is, what is a JFAC all about? What does that mean? What do they do? And simply put, the JFAC is the system or the process by which the COM JFAC provides air power effects to the JTF commander. And it's really a process that's on a 24-hour basis that really starts with the strategy division, where the strategy division takes the JTF commander's kind of guidance and policies. They take the assessments and what's happened so far in the war. They get my guidance and they help me develop, if you will, an air strategy that we will execute to help meet the JTF commander's objectives. Once we have that air strategy, if you will, that gets passed on to Combat Plans Division, and they start looking at that air plan, and they look at kind of at 24-hour pieces, and they start to look at what missions do we need to fly, what targets do we need to have to execute that air power strategy. They'll continue to work that through targets, and they will eventually come up with the Master Air Operations Plan, which will actually task certain wings and airplanes to execute certain missions to take out certain targets. The end product will be an air tasking order, which is basically a 24-hour tasking that tasks all the air forces throughout the JOA to execute missions for that day. That then gets passed to the Combat Ops Division, which is behind me right now, and those are the folks that do the daily command and control of the mission as it's happening real time. I also have an ISR division, Intel Surveillance and Reconnaissance Division, which actually is cross-functional across the entire JFAC, and they help create the products required to execute the air war. And I have a Combat Service Support Division, which helps us make sure that everything's up and running properly throughout the day. A JFAC itself can be scalable. The one that we're working with right now is about 350 airmen, but it can be up to 1,000 or slightly more than that for something like a major joint operation. We have members in the NATO command structure from all 28 NATO nations. We also have augmentation from some of the national JFACs. So we have folks here from the German JFAC, Spain, Italy, Turkey, the UK, and of course the United States. We also have augmentees from Denmark and from Norway. So leave you with just a couple points here. Again, the JFAC will be executed from a static location at Ramstein Air Base in Germany because we can be much more effective and much more efficient. And the JFAC itself is about the COM JFAC's way of getting air power effects to the JTF commander. And again, we're doing Exercise Steadfast Jazz as a certification exercise so that the COM JFAC and the air component will be ready for our NRF, NATO Response Force responsibilities, which begin on 1 January 2014.